All right, how's it going, guys? I'm going to do something a little bit different today, where I'm going to be narrating and explaining and showing the entire process of the dipping video, because we're going to be doing something completely different. Now, there's a couple of things that have already been out for a while in the Plastidip world, and dipyourcar.com has done a really good job of showing them. What I feel they haven't done enough of is experimenting and mixing and matching some of the rarer or less commonly used offerings from Performix and Plastidip in general. So today what we're going to do is we're going to be taking a set of Honda Civic rims, and we're going to be laying down a white base coat, and we're going to put Kaleidoscope Chameleon over top of it. But in between all of this, we're going to be throwing in some glow-in-the-dark dip so that we get a nice rainbow effect during the day on a slightly off-white base. But we're also going to be getting a really bright green glow at night, so that there's two different worlds that attract for these wheels. So without further ado, let's get into the process.
So here are the wheels in question we'll be working with. These are wheels off of a 2012 Honda Civic Si sedan, and while they're in generally good condition, you can see that they're not super clean. So what we're going to do is we're going to start everything off by giving them a good wash. Each wheel was cleaned on the face and on the barrel with PWC, which is the iron dissolver that I carried in stock. Once everything was rinsed off, the wheels were put aside and dried, and then they were brought inside where they were sterilized with isopropyl alcohol. After this process was done, I put some water-based tire shine on the tires without going too thick, so that this would release the dip that I'm going to be overspraying. Here you can see most of what we ended up using for this project. Now here's something interesting. For something that's not available in gallon format, like the Kaleidoscope Chameleon, we need to have it released from the can. So we're going to put the can upside down in between two bricks and then put something heavy on top of it so that it will release it. All the aerosol will be let out, and you're going to have a very weak spray at the end while keeping all the contents inside of it. We then open the can with a can opener from the bottom. Just be careful, sometimes there may be a little bit of residual pressure that will spray out. Nothing to be alarmed about. Just go ahead and open the bottom and pour it into an empty container. In this case, we had an empty dip gallon. Now we're going to be getting ready to do the white base coat. So as usual, we open the gallons of rubber dip spray, mix it up, and pop it into the hopper. I like to add a little bit of xylene to every batch that I use, simply to make it a little bit more diluted and a little bit easier to spray through the 1.5 tip. And it takes a little bit more time to dry, therefore it doesn't dry in midair before landing on the wheels. When spraying, I always start by misting the first coat on, and then the subsequent coats are all wet coats. After the third coat, I turn the wheel upside down and do another 2 wet coats the other way around, just to make sure I haven't missed any spots. I then moved on to spraying 3 coats of glow-in-the-dark dip. I then did 5 layers of the Kaleidoscope Chameleon, which was slightly thinned out with gloss top coat, and 2 gloss coats at the end to make sure that we had a nice glossy finish. And this was the result, a nice bright glossy white wheel in the sunlight, and then when the lights are off, vibrant green. Once everything was dried off, I peeled off the excess dip from the tires, and this is the result.